and good morning to you. It is cold outside. Just got done driving my wife to work because her car wouldn't start, so we took the Jeep. Mostly because the Jeep was plugged in all night, I think. We're looking at temps of minus 31 with wind chill, making it feel like minus 43. We'll be back in just a little bit with some tips on how to deal with this kind of weather. Because it's that time of year and we got to get by, don't we? You certainly don't go no hands. You get the gloves on. You get everything on. I can tell you right now what I do know is layers. Layers are more important than anything else. And that is no-go kidding. Oh, man. Well, keep that air warm in your face and go from there. I mean, I feel like Darth Vader. He was the only one who was warm enough in this kind of weather. But of course, it's cold out in space. We'll be back with some tips on how to deal with this stuff. Coming right up, don't go away. Here's a little interlude of something, I don't know. We'll put some tunes or something up there for you while I get this layers off, okay? I'll be right back. Here we are, nice and warm, nice and toasty, and we want to stay that way. Even when we do have to venture out into the cold, cruel elements, we still want to stay that way. And according to WikiHow, which is a really useful place to look for a lot of different things, here's how to keep warm in the really cold weather, just like the weather we're having right now. I mentioned earlier about layers, and I wasn't kidding. It's very true. It's better to use many thin layers than it is to use one single thick one. It insulates you better because each layer of clothes traps in its own air layer. And that's actually what's keeping you warmer, the air layer. So more is better. And besides, you can strip off a layer or two if it starts to heat up throughout the day, like when that certain person comes along and warms things up. Or if you just feel like stripping off, to each his own. Dressing for an extremely active day is also very important. Like skiing, if you're going to be doing something like that, will be different than dressing for a day of sitting in one spot, like ice fishing. So dress appropriately for your planned activities. What bait would you use for ice fishing anyway? I know when you go bass fishing, you use a chartreuse lure or a jig. But what the hell do you catch ice with? And why would you want to bother? Especially in this weather, it's everywhere. Anyway, dress right for the right activity. Wear a good dry pair of insulated boots with a wool or synthetic lining. Not cotton, that's what they say. Just go and rip off the coat of a sheep or of a synthetic sheep and use that to make your lining, or you can go purchase some already made. They do sell them, you know. Besides, synthetic sheep are hard to come by when it starts getting really cold like this. I think it's their little robot legs get stiff as the oil freezes in their joints and they like to stay inside. I could be wrong though. And while we're talking about your feet, good warm winter socks, not those little skinny things, preferably wool ones, are very important for keeping your toes nice and toasty. You can always layer the socks if you want to, as long as they're comfortable. And be careful that the circulation doesn't get cut off. That's definitely not good. Use a good quality coat, jacket, or parka. The thicker, the better. And start your dressing with a base layer. A base layer, that is long johns or long underwear or whatever, as long as it gives you a nice warm, light base to the rest of your winter gear that you're going to layer up on top. Begin at the beginning. What a great idea. Wear a hat. Wear gloves or mittens. Even keeping some hand warmers with you just in case is a really, really good idea, especially in this weather right now. It's nasty. Don't just layer your top either. There's no use wearing 5 layers on your torso and then just putting one pair of pants on your legs. That's just silly. Remember what I said earlier. You can always strip off if you like. And one of the most important things to do is to stay dry. That'll keep you warmer. And if it really gets freaking cold out and you have the ability to do so, do what I do. Stay inside. Well, as much as possible. But be careful you don't become a mushroom. Oh man, then you've got Mario and Luigi jumping all at you. And that's not much of fun, eh? If you haven't done so already, give us a like, send us a comment, and hit that subscribe button. Join us. As a subscriber, we'll notify you whenever a new video gets uploaded. And that way you'll never miss a thing. Play safe. Stay warm. You don't want to freeze any important bits off. Oh no. I'll catch you here next time.